Hello and welcome back to another WoW Tea Party video. My character in WoW is currently having some sort of mid-air seizure near my garrison, so I thought I'd leave him to it and just come make another video. This is a gearing guide, and the first order of business with gearing is to get to level 100 obviously. After you do this, one of the first things you should do once you're level 100, besides telling your mum, is to complete the Proving Grounds quest to get your eye level 610 weapon. Make sure you start the legendary quest line at level 98. You can then get through a few quests which quickly get you 2 rings, one for eye level 630 and the other for 640. Once you've got these pieces of gear, here's the general eye level progression route that you're going to be looking at when you're gearing. When you finish questing, you may end up with a few eye level 610 pieces from quest rewards. You'll then do some normal modes which will get you some 615s. Heroics then give you 630s, and then challenge modes get you 640s. LFR High Maul also gets you 640s. After this you move on to normal and heroic High Maul, which gives you 655 and 670 gear, and Mythic then gives you 685. The Blackrock Foundry raid will offer an improvement of 10 eye levels in each difficulty mode. So that's simple enough, and you could have quite a balanced lifestyle just playing WoW enough to do gear progression just through dungeons and raids. But no, Blizzard wants you to never see your friends and family again, so they've given loads of other ways to help you gear up, and to help you avoid sunlight like an aggressive STD. I'd recommend picking and choosing from these methods to suit your playstyle. So firstly, a nice easy way to get gear is to do the 3 world bosses once a week. There's 2 in Gorgron that give eye level 640 loot, and 1 in Spies of Iraq that gives eye level 655 loot. Also, a good idea would be to max out your bonus rolls of 3 a week, which are funded with the new currency thing called Seals of Tempered Fate. You can buy these through getting APEXIS crystals, which I'll talk about later. It's important to get these, so you can roll a second time on loot, only to receive a bag of the tiniest amount of gold and a random useless item, so you can clog up your bag with crap as soon as possible, and take out your rage on your nearest loved one. Next, if you level your garrison and get lucky with your follower slaves, they'll retrieve you some 645 gear. You can also craft, then upgrade your crafted profession gear up to level 665 for a small fortune. Speaking of small fortunes, you can also spend these fortunes on the auction house after people start picking up BOEs from High Maul that are both eye level 655 and 665. You'll be an eye level pimp, but you'll be broke as the F word. The rest of the legendary quests will eventually net you an orgasmic 680 ring. But this may take a while to get, as it involves the usual legendary grind. The actual legendary item will be available in future patches, and you'll want this if you don't want your guildmates to think you're an inferior. The Molten Core 10th anniversary raid will be coming out on the 21st of November, and it lasts until the start of January. You can get a nice 640 helm, and it should be just a quick raid. Also, the good news for the expansion is that Valor's now gone, because Blizzard thought that grinding for gear was boring, not rewarding and bad and stuff. So instead they implemented a brand new system that involved a currency called APEXIS crystals, where you grind out a currency to purchase gear. The name change has really helped ease the grind for me personally. You mainly get this currency from garrison dailies and also Ashran dailies, and you can buy eye level 630, 645 and 655 gear, depending on how many crystals you're willing to part with. And lastly, there's always PvP. Now, I'm not a PvPologist myself, but I believe the way it works is, from normal PvP, i.e. honour related activities, you can get eye level 600 and 620 gear through your honour purchases. You also get these strongbox things from winning, which gives you an extra chance to get 600 to 620 gear. You can then spend conquest points to get 660 gear, which is pretty decent, and it's even got set bonuses. I might even be tempted to go die a few thousand times myself in order to get these. The eye level of this gear is a lot higher when the sets are actually used for PvP rather than PvE. It's got some weird switchy mechanic thing. And that's all the methods that I know of. So in summary, your gearing strategy will generally depend on whether you're a casual player or a poop socker. If you're not familiar with the term poop socker, I recommend looking it up on Google Images. Try and find a high-res pic to help. The casual method of gearing would mean that on a typical day you'll probably log in for a few dungeons or raids and just pick up whatever gear you can. If you're hardcore, you'll regularly have to do dungeons, weekly raids, max out your dailies in your garrisons and in Ashran, do everything you can on your garrison on a daily basis, and then mosey on down to do some PvP, kill the world bosses, get a crap ton of gold to buy some gear, gather some materials to get your profession stuff done, and after that you'll need to walk down to the local job centre because you probably lost your job. And also your girlfriend. Some really useful websites I'd recommend for gearing are Icy Veins, where you can find your best in slot stuff and learn how to use it. The site Wowhead basically have a guide for everything, and they're usually like a million times better than whatever I do, so check those out. Also the site Ask Mr. Robot. I've even started preferring this site over my most regularly used porn sites. It shows you, depending on whether you're a member or not, where to get your next upgrade and how much better it is than your stuff, and loads more. Well, that was a long video. If you're still here, thanks very much for sticking around. If you're not, then you can't hear this. So I'm going to tell you that you're dead to me, you smell, and you lack intellect. And also, I would honestly appreciate it if the nice people that are still here could help out the channel massively by liking, commenting or subscribing. And that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed the guide and hopefully see you next time.